It had been a long time since I last visited my uncle, who lives deep in a remote forest region. Hearing his stories about the destructive wild boars wreaking havoc on crops and threatening local livelihoods, my hunting instincts were instantly awakened. Without hesitation, we started planning a meticulous wild boar hunt. At the crack of dawn, I joined my uncle's friends and we drove to our designated hunting area. We moved silently on foot, scanning the surroundings, and thanks to the dogs accompanying us, locating prey became much more efficient. When I spotted one hiding in a dense thicket, my heart pounded as I crept closer. Suddenly, sensing danger, the boar burst out in a panic. The shot hit marked perfectly, taking the boar down in just a few seconds. The sound of the hunting dogs led us straight to another target, this one already surrounded. Thick bushes blocked my path, making it tough to get a clear shot. But with persistence and focus, I maneuvered into position. One well-placed shot was all it took. The boar dropped instantly. Half an hour passed. The sun faded behind dark clouds. Just then, our dogs barked furiously. Something was up. My uncle and I rushed over. And then, what a sight. Not just one, but an entire herd of wild boars charged out of the brush like a storm. My uncle fired immediately, but they were incredibly fast, vanishing into the distance before we could take another shot. After that setback, we made our way toward the slopes. Suddenly, faint rustling sounds brushed past our ears, an alert that made us all freeze. I slowed my pace, stepping cautiously, my rifle raised and ready. There it was. Without hesitation, the first shots rang out from a distance. In a split second, I squeezed the trigger, bringing down a wild boar just as it tried to flee. With tight coordination and relentless pursuit, our entire team pushed the wild boars into the open. No matter how fast they ran, they couldn't escape the precision and teamwork we'd honed. Gunfire erupted, each shot delivered, each one clean. One by one, the boars fell, brought down by the calculated skill of seasoned hunters. Just when we thought the journey back to camp would be uneventful, out of nowhere, a wild boar charged at us. If you're planning to hunt wild boar, always maintain a safe distance and stay alert to every sign around you. Boars are incredibly fast and can launch sudden attacks, posing serious danger if you're caught off guard. Also, teamwork with hunting dogs is crucial, not only to track efficiently, but to minimize risks of losing the trail or encountering threats to yourself and your team. Recently, numerous Turkish news outlets have reported sudden wild boar attacks on locals, sparking public concern. In response to the situation, our hunting group decided to set out for the mountains of Anatolia, where wild boars have become a growing threat. Following the guidance on the tracking app, we quickly charged toward the moving wild boar, ready to cut off its path. Sure enough, it showed up just as expected. The black boar with rough bristles was charging toward a waterhole. The moment it sensed danger was the same moment we fired the first shot, accurate and decisive. In the blink of an eye, the boar collapsed motionless on the ground. A swift and convincing opening victory. We approached the mountaintop and began releasing the hunting dogs according to our plan formation. Soon, the harsh barking echoed from the dense bushes up ahead. Anticipating the danger if the boar were to counterattack suddenly, I gripped my loaded rifle tightly and carefully moved forward. Right then, a fierce wild boar burst out of the thicket. I immediately fired several consecutive shots. The boar collapsed instantly, without any chance to fight back. The intense barking of dogs echoed again from the other side of the mountain, a clear warning.
Yes!
Two of my teammates pushed through the thick treetops, gradually closing the distance to the prey. Once in a suitable position, Chad lowered himself into a firing stance and raised his gun. Oh my God, that's dangerous. Unexpected and dangerous situations are an inevitable part of the hunting journey, demanding that hunters stay ready and composed to take down the prey decisively. We didn't just focus on tracking in one location. We frequently moved around to seek out additional potential targets. Wait, did you hear that? The hunting dogs are barking again. It sounds like they're driving the prey toward us, so we decided to stop and observe carefully. As the sound grew clearer, I immediately raised my gun and aimed straight ahead. Yes, a wild boar was charging toward us, chased by the pack of dogs. What are we waiting for? Take the shot now. A well-placed shot to a vital spot brought the boar down. Smooth coordination among team members was another crucial factor that helped us quickly detect and take down targets effectively on every hunt. Within seconds, thanks to his sharp reflexes and expert skill, he cleanly took down the wild boar, lifting the whole team's spirits. For experienced hunters like us, detecting wild boars doesn't always rely on sound or visible tracks. It can come down to scent. Once I locked down the location, I quickly fired. The boar was hit and staggered, but the first shot wasn't enough to finish it. Only after several follow-up shots did the animal finally collapse for good. A sudden afternoon rain swept through the forest. While most of us had already returned to the rally point, Chad was still patiently waiting for the prey to appear. And that patience was well rewarded. After the crack of a clean shot, the target dropped neatly on the damp ground.